Cycles of revolution. Cycles of revolution. Cycles of revolution.
Where we are is Murramura, on top of Mount Toolabawong. We're organising the second Intentional Communities Conference in Australia, and we're delighted to make this happen, and it's happening.
Yeah, the purpose of the conference is to bring communities, intentional communities around Australia together, to give them a chance to meet each other and to share their experiences, to find out what works and what doesn't, the sorts of challenges that are facing all of the communities, and what we might be able to do together to address some of those things and to celebrate some of those things, both now and in the future.
I'm not sure how much you know about Murramura. 600 acres, it runs north-south, pretty much on this ridge, so you can see where the land drops down there and down into the valley down there. There are 6 what we call clusters. There's 3 on that side of the lodge and 3 on this side of the lodge. So, welcome to Mount Toolabawong, which is a very special place, a place of nature's power and spirit, which you've already had a taste of, and it's a place where the Wurundjeri people used to come and hunt in summer, so we should honour that. So there's plenty of rabbits and deer, we'd love you to hunt. And this is an important place now, of course, for the community for the last 40 years.
Yes, well, Tunnel has a strict procedure to acquire a site or even a share. Individuals have to live there for a year to get a share. During that year they must attend 6 monthly tribal meetings, we call them. They must participate in the work levy scheme, which is 40 hours of work or more a year. And after their year's residency, 10 people must personally speak for them at a tribal meeting.
That's really scary. Will I get that?
So I mean, that's just so similar to Murramura. It's unbelievable, and we've never talked. We've never talked or communicated, and I think that's the important thing to hear, that these two things have evolved from a very different situation and so forth, a very different scale, although we are both fairly big communities in the Australian context. We require 60 hours a year. The trouble is we have not had the guts to enforce it.
To me, conferences like this are really, really important. It's the making contact with people, the connections are really important. I'm making lots of connections with new people, so it helps me with my research. I think it also helps a little bit demystify things, because sometimes people in communities are a little bit nervous about reporters, filmmakers, academics kind of thing. And I think it's kind of nice when you're being able to sit at the table and say, well, you're actually quite a reasonable person kind of thing, and I think I can communicate with you. So yeah, I wouldn't miss this for the world. Well, the oldest intentional community in the world that we consider to be that started 1794. That's still going, of course, in the States. Okay, it's still ticking over. The oldest in Australia is New Norcia in Western Australia.
I'm from Common Ground, an intentional community in Tallarook, Seymour, and we've been together 30 years, and community games has been a really important part of building our community. And there's lots of reasons. We come from a very competitive society, and that alienates people, where if we can do things which are more cooperative, it actually builds group cohesion, builds a sense of safety and trust, and it's also really important it gives children a voice. So I'm going to, you have to remember, Patrick, I'm going to call you're a banana, orange, apple. Banana, orange, apple. Banana, orange, apple. Banana, orange, apple. And I'll be a banana too, okay? Just remind me if I forget. Okay, so in this game, what you do is the person in the middle who hasn't got a chair, and it's not like musical chairs where you're sitting out and, you know, going, oh, I missed out. You're very much part of the game. So I can yell out banana, which means all the bananas have to get up and swap chairs with another banana. Okay? I could call out bananas and apples, or I could call out fruit salad, which means everybody has to. And you can't go back to the chair that you were sitting in, because one of the children will point it out to you and say, you were sitting there, Elise. How come you haven't moved? Apples and bananas. Oh. Bananas. Patrick.
Fruit salad!
On the bottom of
In 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, ladies, 2, clap, out, 2, 3, 4, men in turn, swing the lady on your left. Okay, promenade now. Reform the circle.
So Murundaka was partly established because it was very clear that with the environmental crises all converging on us, including climate change and the short time frame we had in which to deal with that effectively, we needed to really do something transformative, and if we don't deal with the suburbs, we're in trouble. The suburbs is where most people live.
Up to your shoulders, and just...
So find a place, make yourself comfortable. If you're the kind of person who thinks you may fall asleep if you close your eyes, then sit up, but if you wish and you can stay awake, so just really get really comfortable. I encourage you to share your vision with others in greater detail. To have a witness to your vision is very powerful, and also to use a felt sense, so a feeling sense. So what was the feelings that came as well, because they have to be coupled with the images and the vision and the drawing.
It's been a really interesting weekend so far, learning about the diversity of aspirations and challenges that bring people to seek to develop community together. There's a lot of structural thinking required, which is very valuable and very important, and that's my orientation. So creating a space where we can get into our less conscious and less rational selves, which is actually what really, at the end of the day, really moves us, is a really beautiful thing to share, especially in a group context, because that is what most people here are seeking to share with each other. It's actually a deep emotional experience.
The favourite thing is just meeting all the varied people from all the different areas. It's a wonderful, diverse group. All of the sessions are wonderful, and for me it's a shame that they have parallel sessions, because I don't think there are many sessions that I would not go to if I had all the time, quite honestly.
Formed 29 years ago, we set out to create an organisation, not simply an intentional community, and that organisation was to support the creation of a just, non-violent, sustainable world. It had three main aims or areas of work. One of them was the formation of an intentional community, which would inform, in a sense, the other two parts of it, which was A, to set up a resource for the social change movement, a physical place for groups to come and work. And the third part was to support social change with community groups. So that was including training in skills of facilitation, conflict resolution, process work, which then, after many years, actually formed into essentially a branch of Common Ground, which is called group work.
I'm attempting to speak both as a sociologist and environmentalist for 35 years plus, living in Mooramora for over 40 years. And my topic is redesigning communities for our probable future. Given the future we're looking at, and we've already talked about it, what's that mean for how we redesign our communities or design them? I gave this is based on the talk I gave to the Ecovillages design students course, which was held here in October. So I'm using it again, but in a bit of a different pitch. Now we've had the rain, we've had the sun, and now we have the winds of change. Felt them? I like that. Isn't that good? I love how nature teaches, right? So get ready for winds of change. And it ain't just about social change, we're talking about transformation.
May fire be in our thoughts, making them true, good and just. May the fire be in our eyes, may it open our eyes to share what is good in life. And we ask that the fire may protect us from what is not rightfully ours. May the fire be on our lips, so that we may speak the truth in kindness, that we may serve and encourage others.
I've been absolutely thrilled that this community could organise itself to run this, and I think, run it reasonably well, and to basically, to me it's a celebration of us being almost 40 years old, to have this whole group of communities from all over Australia be able to be here. So to me it's like the best birthday celebration we could have.